twice. Once as your preliminary, it gets all the major top layer of grit off. Do the sides at the same time.
Someone ordered 20 shots of Jameson for me.
Nice. And then one more filter.
A second time, okay.
This will now do a finer job.
Okay.
Made of this way. Because the top layer has still got lots of sediments on it,
Yes.
lots of grit, so it catches and gets ground into things. That's why you need to do it a second time. This will eliminate how much grill cleaner you got to put on. The more scrape you do with the oil and the brick first, less amount of grill cleaner you got to use.
Okay.
Notice it's the same motion, right? At the top is the only place that I'm going back and forth. It's the only place, and it's one brick width. Everything else is back and forth, back and forth. Because even as it goes, this is metal, yes, but I'm still creating grooves in it because of these grinding stones, right? Sides first, because I want to expose the sides, because this is where all the grill cleaners will do all the heavy lifting.
Okay.
And it's really important that you get it out of the corners too, because you want the grill cleaner to get into the corners as absolutely as much as possible.
Okay.
It's just going to do the work for you that you couldn't do with your stone. Clean the trough as well, exposing all the areas that you couldn't get with your stone. And that's why you have this. Now you can expose all the dirty areas to the grill cleaner, right? Okay. I'm only really focusing on the seams of the metal, as you can see. So I'm doing the sides, and I'm doing the seams. That's my main thing.
All right.
That's really all you need. Now here's the trick. This is where the technique's got to come into play. This is why we emptied it first and foremost, right? So. A little bit of touch, just a little bit at first, because you want it to get super foamy. The foam is ripping off all of the grease chemicals in the corners, right? You want it to be foaming. So as the foam starts to dissipate, disappear, then only then do you add a little more water, a little at a time. And notice that I'm trying to keep the water out of the trough, so I keep pushing it to the back so the foam can do all the work for me, right? We got a little hot spot right here. You can see where it's really, really dry.
Yeah.
So this is where we're going to pour the next little bit of water to kind of cool it down. Notice I still got lots of water in here. I want that because I'm going to need it to clean the rest of my grill.
Okay.
This is why you have two rags, because the first rag I'm going to do now is going to get absolutely covered with degreaser. You can't use that anywhere else. I can't even use it to wipe it.
Okay.
It's literally only going to be used for this. So, with my clean water, because there's been no chemicals in here, right? So this is clean water, just a dirty rag, that's fine. This is where we start getting the sides. Because the next steps are not going to be touching the side. That's why you want to try and get it cleaned off from all the grill cleaner right now.
Okay.
So notice I got to move this away from the wall so I can get in between it, right?
Okay.
Alright, so that's the majority of the stuff that I want. You really want to get the sides because you got to do at least one more rinse with the clean water. And this has got grill cleaner all over, so I rinse it off too.
Okay.
Because I want only clean water being on there right now.
Okay.
If the water, your rinse water is even remotely colored, that means it's still got grill cleaner on it. So it's got to come out pretty much clean, clear, and clear. You'll see it right away here. So you gotta start swooshing around. Now it started to change kind of brown. That's because that's picking up all the grill cleaner. So I'll do one preliminary rinse, right?
Okay.
Notice that I was splashing the clean water onto the sides of the walls as well.
Okay.
Now that I've done that, now I'll do one more splash. Just to make sure that water is nice and clean.
Okay.
See how crystal clear it's coming off now?
Yeah.
That means all the acid is being removed from the surface.
Okay.
But now you gotta whiten the grill. And that's what the vinegar's for.
Okay.
So, same kind of concept as the water. Put a bunch on. Don't need a ton, but you do need a bunch. Because you want to sloosh it around. You notice how the flat top is starting to whiten, which is precisely what you want to see. This is a base. It's neutralizing and whitening the flat top, but also killing any kind of chemicals that might still have to be around.
Okay.
Now this is the next important step. The moment you scrape this off, the vinegar on this hot flat top is going to start browning.
Of course.
This is precisely why you've got your second rag. Notice I had everything quick and handy, right? I shouldn't be hunting around for shit.
Okay.
The mise en place has got to be ready to go.
Okay.
So before this starts browning too bad, you use your clean rag and wipe off all the vinegar. See, I'm even wiping it all up. You can see it. Again, I use this clean rag to now wipe the sides and finish any kind of residue comes off.
Of course.
Now that all this rough stuff is done, then I use these rags to take up the tray. But now you got to season the flat top with a little bit of oil. Because if you don't, everything you put on there is going to start sticking like a motherfucker. And you don't want any oil residue. You want to smear it around so it touches every single millimeter of the flat top.
Okay.
Don't be surprised if you got to do the paper towel a couple of times. Like I said, there should be no residue because you can see the oil starts browning, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I use the same oil to kind of season my sides. There. Clean flat top. Now you empty your tray into here, get rid of all your stuff, rock and roll, and then you use your sanitizer to finish up anything.
Okay.